So with Christmas just a few days away, many of you might be stressing about what kind of food you should be preparing for your loved ones. Well, not to worry, as we have Chef Lebo Phala in studio with us this morning. She was born and bred in Mohlaletse Village in Sekhukhune in Limpopo, graduated from Capsicum Culinary School, and she is currently founder and executive chef at the HL Culinary, where she specialises in fine dining, indigenous epicurean experiences. And so throughout her journey and her career, she's advocated for indigenous ingredients as well as farmers who grow them. So she's joining us here in studio this morning to chat all things Christmas cooking. Chef Lebo, good morning. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having the important conversations through food. Gastro diplomacy as well is what comes to mind when I think of it. Incorporating indigenous knowledge, food that we grew up with. And infusing it into that fine dining experience. How intentional were you about that? Why was it so important for you?
I was very intentional because you know how Christmas are. They have so many memories, you know, cultural things. So I went with things that we grew up eating a lot, and obviously with a modern twist. Yes, because I mean, here we're having I made a chicken heart body, which I just went to the farm and get it and slaughter it there, and then cooked it different from the one that we are used to. I think they call it mleqwa, in Zulu. So I boiled it, and then from there I roasted for quite some time, like a very long time, and then also prepared some sorghum. I don't know if you know sorghum.
I do. I was telling you offline yesterday, I had traditional food yesterday, and so I had some hot body, but it wasn't prepared like that. And then the starch was sorghum. So what did you add with the sorghum? And also practically, how long did it take you to prepare it as well?
So practically, you have to prep things before, maybe especially a day before, so that on the day of Christmas, you can also relax and not, you know, run around. So I've prepared this most, especially the ones that are taking long, a day before. And then so even the sorghum is just the boiling the veggies. You just there's not a lot of things to do with the veggies. It's just to boil them, you know, and then after that combine everything together. And then then just put the seasoning, make sure that it's nice. And the other thing is that one can do is that to use fresh, you know, in season ingredients so that it can be easier, you know, to bring that. Also to just garnish, use the garnish, because it brings in, you know, the look and feel that, you know, already you eat with your eyes.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's very important to also play around with your garnish.
Yes, and how it's plated. It's beautifully plated. I think Sims walked past and he's like, oh, those edible flowers. So salad is also important. Actually, perhaps before we get to the salad, I see you've got another starch. You've got some rice with some raisins.
Rice, and some cranberries.
Cranberries,
Yes, it's just for those that, you know, there's some they don't want to move away from, you know, the old, you know, the 7 colors. So at least just to put a bit of rice and bring in that someone feels that at least there's rice, there's meat, there's starch, there's veggies. But let's play around with a lot of also grain. I mean,
it's good for digestion.
It's good for digestion. Even the sorghum is very good for digestion. And also we're going into Jan. I mean, soon, in the next 2 weeks, it's January. The next thing people will be feeling like they want to lose weight. We'll be fighting at the gym. So let's keep it light, you know.
And it's also the whole 80-20 rule. It's actually 80% diet. So with the salad, what did you incorporate here? It looks very colorful. I know it's very appealing to the eye.
So I've got some fruits, some edible flowers, some mango. I also have some olives, some nuts.
Berries.
Yes, and some berries. So you can also just add, depend what you have. If you've got garden at home, you can always play around. I mean, the salad, the green salad, you get it, you don't need to cook. There's not a lot of work there. You can only toast maybe the nuts, but the rest is just to assemble and, you know, be creative when you're doing it.
And I guess that's also the fun about cooking. It's just, you know, trusting your instincts as well, because you're a firm believer that cooking and the soul of the food, it comes from within. So cooking with the heart. You also have to cook with love. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I think when I grew up, I didn't like cooking, but my mom used to cook a lot. So most of the things I would see her cooking, and then obviously you'll be waiting. When she's looking there, then you'll take some. And but growing up, actually my whole family, they love cooking. But I was just always behind the camera, waiting, liking to take pictures and things like that. But then growing up, then I realized that with the creativeness that I have within me, then I can, apply everything into being creative.
What was so you're speaking about the family memories that you built up with your family over the years. Yes. I see Sims has also joined us for the conversation. What was a highlight for you if you're looking at some of the events and the places that you've been to? I mean, you've drawn inspiration from also places that you visited and traveled to as well.
Yes. So I've been to Ghana.
Okay, the West.
And Kenya. So I'm going to realize that we actually have most of, the ingredients. Our indigenous foods are more similar.
Okay.
Yes, so the other thing is that the more you visit all these countries, you realize that even in our country, we have similar food, but then we call them different.
Okay.
I mean, we've got a lot of indigenous food that we don't use as here in South Africa, but overseas, they don't compromise when coming to their own indigenous food, but we don't push that a lot here. We still offer, your English and, those things.
Absolutely.
So I prefer to actually push our indigenous food so that, we grew up eating them.
Yes.
And then they are healthy. And some, our grandparents, they never get sick from eating this.
Yeah.
So maybe I think we can also learn one or two from our own food. Let us push them and then just go back also to teach our own kids about our own indigenous food.
Yeah, and Liz, earlier on you asked me what my ideal Christmas dish is. This is it, 7 colors. This is it.
Yeah.
This is how my family lunch table would be looking like. And speaking of 7 colors, how do we become more creative beyond 7 colors? Can we add or subtract any of the colors?
Yeah, no, there's a lot to do as long as you move away from your potato salad.
Your beetroot.
Your beetroot.
That's a very good for digestion.
You can just cut the beetroot nicely, with a nice shape. But still have it, obviously, for those that they like. But there's a lot that you can do just to move away. As I'm saying, that playing around with the plating, garnish, and all that.
Yes.
But you can still bring in all those 7 colors.
Okay.
But play around, put them in a nice shape, and not the usual that you just put everything in the plate,
Actually, the 7 colors will always be there, just that you have to play around those colors.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just like that, we need to embrace what we grew up with and respect it, give it more, change the narratives around that. It's fine dining at its best. It's healthy, as you mentioned. It's a conversation starter because it brings back those nostalgic memories. And it's good for the heart and soul and the tummy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chef Lebo. I can see the crew and everybody is ready to delve in. It has been an absolute pleasure. Wishing you and your family all the best of luck.